Mama Helen TV show, Mama Helen ó ti dé. Mami ti wá dé, Mama Helen ó tún ti dé. Oríṣiríṣi ara. Ó dé.
You want to think about job, you want to think about your career, but you also know that it has to be purpose driven. Hence the need for today's program. Job or career, finding your purpose. Purpose is the reason why something is made. Purpose is the reason why something is created. Purpose is the reason why you and I are seated here today. Let's say somebody bought a beautiful chair and then hands up put it in at the corner of his or her house. If that chair could say something or muster a word, that chair would have said, why am I here? How come no one is sitting on me? That chair is not fulfilling purpose. There is a label on your forehead when God brought you into this world for you to fulfill. So if you haven't gotten that yet, no matter what you're doing, you're going to be frustrated. Every now and then, even back at home, as a little child, see my sisters sleeping, I'll be the first to cover their feet. Never thinking about what I'm going to eat. It is always, what are you going to eat?
Wow. What a heart.
I'm telling you, it has always been like that, running up and down, trying to see how I can help people. So I discovered that in me doing whatever it is I'm going to be doing, whether, in the area of career, pursuit, or anything at all, it is me lending a hand for somebody out there. And as long as I can help put a smile on someone's face or people's faces, then I am actually fulfilling my purpose here on earth. And if you looked at all the things, by the grace of God, I've been able to establish. Okay. When I
never take out that scroll.
As a bank, a chairman of a bank, or which is service oriented. Because I now realized that all I need to do is to create service. If you need me, I'm just your next door neighbor knocking at your door and say, do you need help? And I'm very much willing to offer that. And if there is anything that gives me joy, is to see people succeed, is to see people, operate in their element, is to see people achieve purpose and destiny in life. And so I have tried to weave my life all around that, I do capacity building, for example. I do many other things. I mean, I can just go on and on and on. I know you haven't gotten there yet, but the long short of it is talk to God. Talk to God about it, and that was what I did. I spoke to God about what He would want me to achieve, and I also follow my parts, because I realized that when it has to do with help ministry and so on and so forth, I am very good at it. I love to help. I love to be that next door neighbor that is cheering you at your corner, telling you can do it, telling you can fulfill purpose, and then the rest is history. And then of course you have to study the Word of God. That's another thing as well. You need to study the Word of God, You need to study the Word of God. You also need to know you as well. Because you see, I saw people selling things because others are selling it, without really knowing the reason why those people are selling it. And then, of course, they meet, they plummet after a period. Why? Because that is not really their purpose. That is not what they ought to be doing. You see young people finishing from schools and all that. Maybe you started, medicine, and then thinking that maybe that's just all what you're going to do. But who knows? That's just a forward education to get you enlightened and informed. But that might not really be what you are going to be doing later on in life, or should I say, that might not be your purpose, in life. So, praying to God, studying the Word of God, that was what I did, and then knowing me what I'm good at.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You said that your purpose was to help people
Yes.
fulfill destiny.
Yes.
How, and I realized that everywhere you go, in every task that you've taken, you have infused that into there. Tell me a bit about that.
Okay, well, I was going to jump the gun a while ago. Yes, finding my purpose and realizing that, God has carved me hard to help give someone a leap in life, to help show someone the way. Whether it is through preaching, as a pastor,
Yeah.
or through a banker, as a chairman of a bank, or as someone who has a facility, who started up a medical center, or as someone who runs a television station, African Broadcasting Network back home, or whichever way it is, I have been able to come through that. I was just, when we were on our way here, I called the MD of the bank to find out how many microcredit we've been able to create, so far. And he told me that we've actually been able to empower 3.5 million people so far.
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
3.5 million people. And that has cost us 11 billion naira, in achieving that. Now, a story that comes to mind was a woman who came by the bank one day, for example, and said, "Oh, Mama, I need loan. I need, but I don't have money to even open an account and everything, But when I looked at her, I saw someone, what you call the active poor. The greatest challenge we have is that we've never been able to define poverty. When someone has money, they'll be, oh, the person is poor. No, you have that two categories that I would just want to mention. There are three, but because of time, I have to be mindful of that. The number one people are the general poor people who are just looking for handout. Handout.
Yeah.
They want you to give them this and that. But you also have the active poor. The active poor are the ones who really want to do something with their lives, but they just need someone to believe in them. So when I looked at her and I said, oh, definitely this young lady really wants to do something with herself. And by the grace of God, she was supported. And today the rest is history. One day she walked into my office and she said, so to let you know what you got and what you have also helped me to achieve in life. She signed off a 50 million naira worth of check and said, I'm going to catch it. And that gave me a kick, actually.
Wow.
That gives me joy. That's if you're looking for what makes me think as a person, it's when I can be a part of a story, a success story in someone's life. So that comes to bear as well. And then of course I also do capacity building through the CEO's company.
What don't you know?
Through the CEO's company, following my purpose through the CEO's company, which is it's a training program. It helps at the managerial level, those who wants to better themselves, who want to be able to serve the industries efficiently, and all that. So we do capacity building, in that sense. And then of course I'm also very particular with sustainability in business, because most often you see businesses rising up when the founders are there, but the moment the founder is gone,
No.
everything goes off the radar, So I want to see 300 years of existence of this television as well, and it comes through a great structure, building a lasting structure, that will see through, or even beyond, that will go beyond the founders, in the nearest future when they are done with whatever. And that's what I also would like to achieve as well. Whatever I've been able to establish, I don't want it to end with me. And I want it a continuum. I want something that will see the time, should I say, when Jesus comes.
No.
We'll still be here. So, all that. And then, of course, I also do skill acquisition as well. Bringing up training for people who are trying to know their vocations or finding out which vocation they might want to be part of and all that, so that they too can live and provide 3 square meals on the table and live a life as well. I mean, that is extremely essential for me as well. The list,
Goes
is
on and
endless.
on, yeah.
It's endless. I can just go on and on. I can go on and on, Kristie.
From what you're telling me, I can see that you are definitely a purpose-driven person, and that what keeps you going, especially that main title of helping people to figure out their destiny.
Definitely.
That keeps you going, and I believe also is intertwined with God. I believe God wouldn't just give anybody that much power that you have.
Yeah.
You are in charge of a bank,
Yeah.
and He knows why you are able to give. And I think
So,
souls are what He's after,
Yes.
and you are helping the souls out there. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Kristie.
so
I've
much.
lived through my purpose, and I'm still living through the establishment, through some of the things, by the grace of God, one has been able to put on ground, so to see to the development of mankind, and to see people fulfill purpose in life and destiny.
Oh, wow.
That's my joy. That's my thing. That's what I'm here for.
Yes.
That's just who I am.
Yes, tell us some of the impact you have made with the youths in helping them find their, purpose.
Okay.
Yes.
I mentioned a while ago about the aspects of capacity or training. Just about, I think, about a year ago, we trained, just as an example, we trained well over 2,000 youths, and
Wow.
yes,
Over 2,000.
Over 2,000, people, to help them in their area of vocation. Some of them perhaps catering, hairdressing, one thing or the other, and empower them, as well. I have under my belt over 2,000 children that has been given scholarship to,
Wow.
from nothing, from nursery, I would want to say, from nursery to university level. I mean, these are some of the things one has been able to do. What gives me joy, actually, I mean, I will never forget when a young lady walked with me. You can see this in some of the crusades that I held at home. It would have been an easy thing for me to just have people packed in a porch place and other than offering scholarships to them, but no, I took it to the streets. I don't need to know you. I don't need to know who you are.
Oh, wow.
I just want to know that, okay, there's a need here, and how can I meet that need? Okay, and by the grace of God, quite a number of them have been able to enjoy scholarships, from nursery then to university. We have some of them who have graduated. We have those that are presently still in school, enjoying the same scholarship programs as well. So I mean, this is what I do. This is how I go about fulfilling purpose, and that's why I said, you see, when you are a purpose-driven individual, nothing stops you on earth. Absolutely nothing.
You are
energized. You are empowered, because that's all you see.
Yes.
That's all you see, and that's what keeps you going, because it is joy to your heart.
Yeah, you are a living testimony to that.
Thank you.
Nothing's
Thank
stopping you, and you keep going.
I keep going. I never stop, baby.
Yes.
I never stop. That's the thing with me. I never stop. I just keep going, because I mean, I have a purpose, and that purpose must be achieved, because and it is, and who you are and what God has proposed for your life, and that's what keeps me going.
Most definitely. Yeah. As I've just seen, you have provided an opportunity for a lot of us who sometimes we may have the why, but don't have the how, or we don't have the resources, or we don't have anything to get, to our destiny.
Yes.
But like you've just done, you've helped many youth. Thank you for that. I need to find my where are you helping them? I need to find myself there.
We thank God. I just think it's a privilege.
Yes.
I mean, just like what Paul said, thank you for counting me worthy, putting me in the ministry. I think that's the most important thing. That's what ministry is all about. You know, the ability to reach out to as many people possible, the ability to make someone's life better, the ability to actually change the narrative of people.
Yes.
You know, and when you have the opportunity, you can only but thank God. You know, I thank God for making me who I am.
Most definitely.
Yes, I do.
You talked about changing the narrative of someone's situation. So sometimes we grow up and there are many things, many obstacles that would, stop us. So is an environment, the type of environment we are in, does it stop us from finding our purpose?
Oh, yes. Well, to some people, we shouldn't be. Okay. Because when you look at the word environment, it speaks to your upbringing. Where you are from. It speaks to you, the standard of living, growing up. Yes, that's your environment. It speaks to peer pressure. It speaks to many factors. It could be economical, it could be financial, it could be health, it could be anything at all. You know, it speaks to that. But what I always say to people is that you must never allow your environment shape you. Rather, you should shape your environment. The word environment itself, if it is on the bad side, figuratively from where we're looking at, is to talk about negativity. Okay? The word negativity itself speaks about barrier. And one thing that is known with barrier is that it does not grant access. It's just like you're trying to make your journey from here to Heathrow, for example. Okay, now if there's on the pathway you intend going in order to get to your destination, if there's a barrier, it gives you a diversion.
Oh yes.
Okay, you see, so that's it. So you have no access. It would have been an easy thing for you to just go through. And of course, that the other thing about negativity is that it is also authoritative. Because if there is a barrier that stops you, that says you cannot go beyond this, evidently, evidently it's an authority stopping you. But you can turn it around and say, no, I am not going to allow this to stop me. Because behind every successful man or woman, there is a story. There is a story. And it all starts from never to give up. You must never give up. Things will happen. Things will happen. You might have come from a home where they don't even believe in you. You might have had a relationship that's gone bad. You might have, maybe you have your ups and downs in business. Oh dear, who hasn't? So the lists are endless. But the most important thing is, baby, pick yourself up.
Yes.
Don't you give up. You are going somewhere. And guess what? You will arrive at your destination. Stop listening to those negative words telling you can never achieve nothing. You can never amount to anything. You're nothing. You have nothing to offer your world. Who said so? You have a purpose, darling. Dust yourself up.
Yes.
Square your shoulder. You're going somewhere and nothing stopping you. Believe you me, nothing stopping you. Unless you want to stop yourself. But I'm sure you're not going to stop yourself because you know you have something good by your side. I know, there are people that'll be wanting to talk to us even now.
Oh yes,
I'm telling you. I know there are people.
I won't be selfish.
The lines are open wherever you're watching around the world, and you can actually talk to me. Yes, you can. You have a voice. You can actually speak to me right now. It is still Mama Helen. That's who I am, and you are actually watching Mama Helen, and you all the way from the United Kingdom. You do not want to miss this opportunity. So at any point, just give us a call. Let's hear your views, or maybe there are questions you want to ask. Please feel free to ask those questions, those nagging questions that has been going through your mind over the years, and you'll be looking for answer to. You have the opportunity to do so. So the lines are open for you to call in, and then of course we will respond to them. With the question, it would also lead me to the aspect of saying for you to never give up. I always say to people, okay, if you are surrounded with negative people and they are telling you can never achieve anything in life, go very far.
Oh, yes.
You no longer hear them
Run.
again. Go very far. And I'm not talking about you just taking to your heels. I'm asking you to press on and achieve success so great and mighty that it can no longer catch up with you anymore, because you are right there. You're flying. You're doing great. Okay, so that's important.
Awesome.
Yes.
So how important it is, because we all have these individual purposes in, finding in our job, how important it is, to find the purpose that God has given us, that divine purpose.
That divine purpose.
Yes.
Well, we ran through that before, but then if you go through this world, or through this life, and you're lower down after you're done, what can people remember you by? That's important. What can they remember you by? Are you just going to die like everyone else? And then you close the coffin and they say bye-bye and that's it. Can somebody actually stand up and say, you imparted me. You did this for me. You did something for me. And
hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, baby.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. We can hear you. Go ahead and talk to us. It is still on Mama Helen and you.
My name is Oliver. I'm calling from Nigeria.
Oh, Oliver, how are you? So nice to hear your voice.
I'm great, Mama.
Good.
You're doing great, and I'm really enjoying your program.
Oh, thank you very much
Mama,
again.
a quick question.
Yes,
Though.
good.
Mama, I would like to know how can one discover one's passion while on one's job, or how can one fulfill purpose while on a specific job, even if you don't seem to like the job at all? Is it possible for you to develop a purpose from that job that you really don't even have passion for, but you're just doing because it is what's available to you?
Okay. Now, you're talking about a short-term experience, okay? When you're working in a place, and it is just to keep things going, pending when you will get your purpose-driven job, okay? At that instant, okay, because every job is an opportunity for another feather, okay, on your cap.
Okay.
So don't look at that job as though I say, well, I'm just working here, and then when I get another job, so I just cross on, I don't care, and then I just move on. Darling, you don't want to do that, because you never can tell when you're going to need that organization again. And who knows, maybe they'll be able to put in a word for you tomorrow. So put in your very best. Have that at the back of your mind that, okay, well, this is just a stepping stone, but where I'm going to is further the line, and I know I'm going to get there. So I'm going to put in my very best in my moment, in this area of my life, and see how I can add value to the organization. Don't have the mindset, okay, it's just a salary thing, so at least I get something doing. No. Don't use the place as a place where you not do your personal thing. Okay, don't use a place where you give excuses to go out and come back later in the day doing nothing. When you sow, it's a seed. Life is a seed. Whatever seed you sow, it's only a matter of time, darling. You will reap it. So you don't want to do that, but rather you want to add value. You want to you have it in mind that you on your own alone you can also not do it. We want to have a team spirit. You want to be able to work with other people as well, to achieving the purpose for that organization. Mind you, one day, having known what your purpose is, actually, you'll be able to find your own purpose kind of job, and there is no stopping you, baby. There is no stopping you.
Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
So that was a great call.
Yeah, that was.
I feel like you gave out good nuggets in like strategies.
Yes.
In how to find your purpose, especially when you're in a job that you quite don't like. But you gave a few strategies in there. First, you knowing that there is a purpose and fitting yourself in that purpose for the company.
For the organization, yes. It's extremely important, Kristie. The reason why some organizations are going through so much today is because you have one thought of the people there who have no business being there at all. and they're just there for the pay. But what people don't even know is that whatever seed you sow, you reap later on in life. So it's best for you to give in your very best where you are. Never stop. Never stop. Give out your best. Be the first person to show up at that place of work. Be the first person to do this. Be the first person to do that. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, ma.
Hello, how are you?
My name is Tony.
Okay, Tony. Where are you calling from, Tony?
Tony from Warri, Nigeria.
Oh my God, Tony, how are you? It's a pleasure talking with you. Yes.
Mama, it's so great to hear your voice. Good to see you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you so very much indeed. I'm so glad to know that you're watching as well.
Yeah. Okay, but quick one. The thing is, what you're discussing right now is about purpose.
Yes.
And following up, personally, I think I know what I want to do, but now I've gotten into something else entirely. And now, wanting to go further, it's a bit like taking that risk. So I'll have to lose everything that I've worked for and all in trying to follow this purpose of mine. So I don't know, there's this fear of not wanting to leave where I am right now to go further for what I really, really ought to be doing at the moment. So what would be your advice for me, ma?
Okay, what stops you in doing the two together? Now, what do I mean by that? Okay, don't leave one thing for something that you don't know anything about. It doesn't make any sense at all. I've seen people leave the present job and then start job hunting because they say they are pursuing their purpose. It does not make any sense at all. Rather, giving your best where you are at the moment, okay? And of course, if you know, just like the way the answer I gave to the young lady a while ago, okay, although yours is a little bit different, you can now marry that into what you believe you want to do. And when the time is right, you can then leave where you are graciously. Don't abuse any opportunity. You must never close the door because you never can tell when you will need it open. Yes.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you,
my
pleasure. Love you, Mama. Love you.
Love you too. Mwah. Love you a bunch. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Oh, wow, this is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
My last question to you: is there any advice for people looking on who have a bit of trouble, confusing finding their purpose in whatever it is?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is to actually say to you. I mean, there is no in anything you embark on earth, there is a teething period. And I'm saying that intentionally because I've seen people who might have started something and they believe, yes, that is my place. That is actually, that thing isn't economically gratifying yet. But that should not stop you. The most important thing is that you must set up a goal. Make up your mind to say, okay, fine. In the next 1 year or two or so, I'm going to be able to do something for myself, and I'm going to be able to achieve this, and I don't want to miss that at all. I wish we have all the time to be able to answer all the questions because it's just an hour program, by the way, and so we're going to be signing off. But hey, boy, don't forget, you can check me up on Mama Helen on Facebook. You can check me on my website. Just type in Mama Helen and that takes you there right away. I want to hear from you. You can send us a text. You can let us know how this program has really blessed you and how you want to take things further. You can also go on with the questions as well. Even as we draw the curtain, it has been a blessing. Sitting here, Kristie on the other side of the seating position is quite interesting. And Mama Helen and you.
Oh yeah, I had a fantastic time with you.
I hope you did. And I've really enjoyed you. And I want us to do it some more time as well.
Yeah.
And for all our viewers out there, whenever you're watching, whether you're watching in London, UK, or in Africa, it is Mama Helen and you all the way this time around from London, UK, and never stop watching us.
Mama Helen, you to take you higher, and to build your home.
Helen and You, showing on the African Broadcasting Network.